welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reading some of my Harry Potter fan fiction. I have 3, but one of them's not finished, so I don't know if I'll read that one. So, first I asked AI how to fix my grammar because I'm not very good at that yet. But I did write it myself. This is the original. It's pretty much exactly the same, except this one looks nicer. So anyway, last video I said my interest had changed, and it did, but now it kind of changed again, but kind of didn't. I'm not really sure if this is my new interest or not. I'll explain more later. And also, if you haven't read Harry Potter, you probably don't want to watch this because there's probably going to be some spoilers. Sorry. So these are the ones. And I used notes for this. Hermione's phone, the evil magician, the river sneak into Hogsmeade. This is the most recent one I wrote, but we're going to start with this one. So I'm just going to start reading. It's not very long at all. Want to find a compartment? Sure, said Harry. Mind if we sit here? Asked Ron. Hermione said nothing. Hello? Oh, yes, sorry, Hermione replied. I was just really focused on this game of Tetris. Blocks were falling from the sky on a tiny screen, beeping every few seconds. What's Tetris? Asked Ron. It's a video game. What's a video game? Asked Ron. Do these wizards not know anything about anything? I know plenty, Ron shot back. I know every Quidditch player in the NQL. This seemed to Harry the exact opposite reaction Hagrid had when he told him he didn't know about the wizarding world. I know what a video game is, said Harry. Really? Hermione seemed impressed. Dudley has buckets full. He never lets me play, so I watch. What is it then? This is going to take a while, Hermione replied. So we should talk about it a little bit before we move on. I wrote this one because this was the first one I wrote, which again I didn't finish. I haven't decided if I'm going to finish it or not. But I kind of got bored of writing this, so I stopped for a while. Because I made one that was going to have to be too long, even though this isn't that long at all. So I made this one really short to fix that. So this is the first one I wrote, this is the second, and the evil magician is the third. This one's really funny, I'd say. It's definitely longer, but it's still not that long. And use the original down here. I did a little bit better on spreading these out, and well, that's really the only thing I did much better. But anyway, we're going to read this with the grammar fix version because it looks better. So this is just something to explain to you what happens. After Lord Voldemort was resurrected at the graveyard, he decided he was bored of trying to rule the world and he wanted to do something more fun. So he became a Muggle magician. Welcome to my fantastical magic show. I'm your host, He Who Must Not Be Named, and today I'll be performing 3 spectacular original magic tricks for you to enjoy. The magician looked horrible, practically white skin with red eyes and slits for nostrils. The crowd shrieked with horror. Oh, don't be alarmed by my dashing looks. It's merely that I put on a bit too much makeup. I will begin with the first trick. For this magic trick, I will need a volunteer. Yes, thank you, the one in the suit and tie. Come along, we don't have all day here. For this trick, I'll be mind-grilling this volunteer. Get ready. Imperio! The person did a very strange dance, undoubtedly the effects of the Imperious Curse. Most of the crowd was impressed and clapped very loudly, but one boy wasn't buying it. Fake, you obviously just told them what to do before. All magic shows are scripted. Everyone knows that. You, my friends, can be my volunteer for my final magic trick. Now, for my next magic trick, I'll need a second volunteer. Yes, you in the pink shorts, step right up. For this magic trick, I make it look like they're experiencing great pain, but really, they're perfectly fine. Crucio! The person fell on the floor, twitching and shrieking. They looked horrible, and it was hard to believe they weren't in pain. But this not-be-named guy must know what he's doing, right? Having no reason to believe otherwise, the muggles watching all assumed all was as the magician said. The crowd went wild once again. And now, for my third and final trick, I'll be having the one who shouted fake help me. Come on up, don't be shy. For this trick, I'll be performing the well-known abracadabra. Get ready, because this one will blow your mind. Avada Kedavra! The fourth volunteer fell to the ground, motionless, with fear in their face like never seen before. Oopsies, I may have misspoke. The crowd was silent for a few seconds. It was as if they were scared to breathe. Then pandemonium broke out. People jumped up from their seats, running around, screaming, calling the police, running out the exits. Bonus trick, now I'll disappear. And with that, Lord Voldemort was gone, disapparated. A performance to go down in history as one of the most significant ever performed. Alright, so that was The Evil Magician. I think I'm very happy with this one. So basically, Lord Voldemort just does all the unforgivable curses disguised as magic tricks. Muggle magic tricks. Okay, now I think I will read this one. The Marauders sneak into Hogsmeade. So this is a Marauders one. And basically, they got in trouble, so they were banned from going to Hogsmeade. So then they sneaked out. And again, this one's not finished. Here's the original. 2 days ago, Peter got roped into his friend's prank. But they got caught, so McGonagall gave them detention and banned them from Hogsmeade. As if that's gonna stop us, laughed James. Why isn't it? Asked Peter. Because of course, we can just use the Marauders map, said Sirius. But are you sure that's worth the risk? What if we get caught? He does have a point, Remus finally said. As if. Sirius, if we get caught, they'd probably confiscate the map. Simple problem with a simple solution, James shouted. We just don't get caught. Easier said than done, Peter said quietly. Fine, if you and Remus want to be such sticks in the mud, fine with me. Me and Sirius can go alone. I don't know why I didn't actually read the AI fixed versions, but alone was supposed to be capitalized. Too, in all caps. I'm actually very upset about that. You know, I'm going to read this one, so it's not like that. James shouted so loud it shook. Me and Sirius can go alone. James shouted so loud it shook the room. Okay, we'll come. The four walked through the portrait of the fat lady. Causing trouble, are we? No, miss, they said to the fat lady in unison. I will never believe a word of it, she mumbled. Once they were out of the Gryffindor common room, James took a look at the map. Shouldn't we have looked at this before we left the common? Quiet, James commanded. I'm in the zone. So it says here we can either go through the Whomping Willow or through a secret door into Honeyduke's cellar. I say we go for the Whomping Willow. Extra adventure. Are you crazy? Bad enough we're even risking this, but now you're trying to make this even more risky? Great, all we need is some unexplained injuries. Remus shouted so loud the whole earth shook. Filch, who must have felt the earth shaking, was coming toward them. James was terrified. The prospect of losing the murder's map and his friends being mad at him was just too much. He had to think of something and fast. Silently, he blinked his wand 4 times. Now they were all dangling upside down by their ankles. They held their breath as Filch went by. It worked. Filch walked right by and down the stairs to check the dungeons. See what you're shouting, did Remus? I'm sorry, okay? Now do you understand that it's just better if I make all decisions? No. Remus muttered Libera Corpus 4 times, and they all fell to the ground in a pile. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed the fan fictions. Now I would just like to go over a few things. So, first of all, I didn't explain in here why they didn't bring the invisibility cloak. And I just don't think I thought of that while I was writing until I'd already started. So I just decided I would add it in later that they forgot it. But then I stopped writing it, so there's no explanation. And, was I going to say something else? Oh yeah, I don't know if it makes that much sense that they're using Snape's spell, but didn't it do that in the Memory and Order of the Phoenix, I think? So maybe it's fine, I don't know. Anyway, For this one, sorry, I forgot to say, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense in here. Like, Hermione wasn't in her compartment in the first book, and I don't know if phones existed back then, at least not smartphones. And there's a lot of other problems with it, but it's just supposed to be for fun. It doesn't need to make perfect sense. Alright, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed. You can like, subscribe, and especially comment if you did enjoy. I love getting comments. I hope this won't get 0 views. So, oh yeah, I gotta explain what happened. So, my next interest was chess. But then, before I could make a video on chess, it kind of shifted to Harry Potter, but now I feel like it's kind of both at the same time, so I might still make a chess video. Anyway, bye.